DETV News is powered by DART, Delaware's transit service. Moving forward.
Live proudly, boldly, and with peace of mind by advocating for your health with an early cancer screening. The LGBTQIA+ community is at higher risk of cancer, but screenings can detect cancer early when it's most treatable, giving you the power to live exactly as you are. Talk to your healthcare provider today. If you don't have insurance, talk to a nurse navigator to see if you qualify for free screenings.
New today, the former state auditor is suing Delaware Attorney General for defamation. Details. Plus, dozens of abandoned dogs were seized from a Delaware home after being found in what's described as deplorable conditions. And things are going to look much different if you're headed to a high school football game this fall. We'll tell you about it. Those stories and much more tonight on DETV News. Hello and welcome to DETV News. I'm Matt Ford. Thanks for being with us this evening. Topping the news today, former Delaware Auditor Kathy McGinnis is suing Attorney General Kathy Jennings and other state law enforcement officials for alleged violations of her constitutional rights, as well as defamation tied to the criminal case that preceded the auditor's election loss last year. Last year, McGinnis was convicted of 3 misdemeanors tied to her work as auditor in an unprecedented prosecution against a statewide elected official. The prosecution was led by Jennings and the state's top public corruption watchdogs and centered on allegations that McGinnis gave her child a job while in office, criminally intimidated her employees, and rigged payments for a state contract to avoid oversight. After the jury verdict, the presiding judge tossed one of the convictions tied to the state contract payments. McGinnis was sentenced to probation and lost her election bid. The Delaware Supreme Court is currently considering an appeal of her remaining convictions. In other news, spectators attending games at one of 3 Appoquinimink High School stadiums games this season will face extra security measures. Here's why. Guns were found in the vicinity of 2 Appoquinimink games last year, as well as a double shooting just outside the property of Appo High School during their rivalry football game with Middletown last year, and a gun was found in a hallway during a basketball game this past February. Appoquinimink is using a 2-pronged approach to try to prevent guns from getting near another game. First, the district has installed what's called Evolve weapons detection screeners to be used at the entrance of the 3 stadiums, with the ability to shift them to the entrance of the gyms during the basketball seasons. Evolve's technology is currently used at 5 NFL stadiums. In addition to the scanners, Appo has also partnered with Zero Eyes to put gun detection software into the security cameras in parking lots. That software can alert one of the technicians and school administrators within 3 to 5 seconds after a potential gun has been detected. And a possible case of swatting is under investigation by Newark police. Members of the SWAT team and crisis negotiation team responded to a reported shooting and barricaded person in the 100 block of Madison Drive Monday afternoon. However, there were no signs of violence or any threat to public safety. Swatting is a call or a post designed to bring a heavy police presence response to a particular area, but police said this is dangerous and it could divert critical resources from where they may actually be needed. Anyone with information about this possible swatting incident is asked to contact Newark Police at the number seen on the bottom of your screen. And sad news out of Sussex County, the Brandywine Valley SPCA is caring for 32 small breed dogs and 3 nursing puppies after they were seized from what are being called deplorable conditions in Lewis. Concerned neighbors contacted the Office of Animal Welfare and told them that no one had been seen at the Lewis home in days. Officers went to the home to find dogs running loose, jumping from an open window, and, quote, living in filth with no electricity or running water. The dogs are receiving veterinary care, and after grooming, spaying, and neutering, as well as some rehabilitation, they will all be available for adoption. Delaware Animal Services investigation is ongoing, and criminal charges are pending. And nearly 3 dozen stolen vehicles or attempted vehicle thefts have been investigated by Newcastle County Police just in the past 7 days. Most of them are Hyundais or Kias. County Police are urging drivers to lock up when you park, remove any keys, close all your windows, and simply take common sense approaches to make sure that your vehicle is where you left it. Police agencies still have free steering wheel locks available for vehicle owners. For more information on that initiative, please call 302-395-8050. Police say if your car is stolen, to contact 911 immediately and provide them with the following information: the car's license plate number, the year, make, model, and color of the car, the vehicle identification number, also known as a VIN number, and any tracking information or capabilities that your vehicle may have. Now, Kia and Hyundai have released software upgrades designed to counterfeit theft incidents, which have focused on vehicles without push-button ignitions and advanced anti-theft systems. And some area residents who have found themselves asking, "Can you hear me now?" while on a cell phone, Newcastle County officials are hoping to answer that with a resounding yes. Here's what's going on. County Executive Matt Meyer has announced that a request for proposal has gone out for construction and service of 3 new cell towers. Meyer made the announcement at the Hockessin Library this week, one of the several spots in our county that has a detailed analysis that showed lack of decent cell reception. Meyer said the county identified 3 major gaps. Those gaps are outside of Townsend, another one outside of Middletown, and then of course the one we just told you about around Hockessin. Funds for the project are about $1.3 million, and they're going to come from the Federal American Rescue Plan Act. And several staff changes are in the works at the Delaware Attorney General's office. The Director of Division and Civil Rights and Public Trust, since its inception, Mark Denny, is departing for the private sector. Denny spent 16 years with the Department of Justice. Jennings also named a new chief of staff. That's going to be Elmer Setting. It's a former Newcastle County Police chief, and most recently was Deputy State Court Administrator, overseeing security and operations at the 6 Delaware courts. Also a new position in the Department of Justice, Administrator of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, will be filled by Brandy Neal, who comes from the nonprofit sector. A nearly 6-month road work project is going to get underway this week on I-495 around Wilmington. The Delaware Department of Transportation says the 22-week project on the northbound and southbound lanes of the interstate will be done in segments overnight between 8 p.m. and 6 a.m. The initial phase of the work will be on southbound I-495 on the bridge over top of Route 13 in Minquidale, and that is expected to last for 2 weeks. And before we go, there was no namesake fish caught this year in this year's White Marlin Open in Ocean City, but a blue marlin was the big winner. A 640-pound blue marlin was brought in on Saturday's final day by the crew of Floor Reel and landed top prize at this year's event, earning $6.2 million. A 265-pound tuna was tops in that category, while a 50-pound dolphin fish brought in honors in that grouping. A 57-pound wahoo rounded out the winners. There was no white marlin or swordfish caught this year. Meanwhile, the Delaware Department of Natural Resources and Environmental Control has confirmed a more than 52-pound king mackerel, also known as the kingfish, that was caught late July is a state record. The kingfish was caught off Fenwick Shoal by Jeff McCoy of Millsboro. It beat the previous record, which had stood for 31 years, by more than 4 pounds. Good stuff there. And that's going to do it for tonight's edition of DETV News. Be sure to like and follow us across your favorite social media platform. And for a look at what's going on around our state, head to our website. That's detvch.com. With tonight's news, I'm Matt Ford. I'll see you again here tomorrow night.